Big matches, a big debut, and a big AEW World Championship showdown. It is fair to say that tonight, AEW Dynamite means big business. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling for your AEW Dynamite preview. This one is being titled AEW Dynamite Big Business. It is a special edition of AEW Dynamite. We're getting a World Championship match between Samoa Joe and Wardlow. We're getting Okada having his second match in the ring, although this one is a little bit more competitive. He'll be taking on Eddie Kingston, Pac, and Penta, rather than the three jobbers that he faced on Collision. We have Rio versus Will Nightingale, nothing too big about that. Darby Allin taking on Jay White. Hook is teaming up with Chris Jericho to take on the Gate of Agony. Even though I'm pretty sure it should be Gates of Agony, that would make a little bit more sense. And finally, tonight we have the big debut. Finally, it looks like Mercedes Mone will be turning up on Dynamite. She's been teasing it all week. Tony Khan's been teasing it. It's pretty much out the bag at this point. Everybody knows that she is going to be here tonight in Boston. Naomi is here in Boston. Bayley's here in Boston. They've all been pictured with Sasha Banks. Looks like she's going to be here tonight. And it looks like Kevin Nash's excuse about not being able to show up for Sting's final match was bullshit.
It looks like it was bullshit, or are we just going in new times where Triple H is allowing these people to go? Not that he's changed
new times in the space of a week?
No, I get it, right? Kevin Nash is a bullshitter, but I kind of liked back in the day, man, where if you went to TNA like the Highlanders did, for example, man, they were hiding, they're trying to get to the camera shot.
No, I like that too, but that was just a bullshit excuse for Kevin Nash not to go to...
No, it was.
And I don't blame him, right? Kevin Nash could have got glass in his face for all we know, but... Let's just keep it real, Nash, and say, like, I can't be bothered.
See that glass exploding? That would have sent his quads into overdrive. They would have popped.
Oh, I mean, they popped for less. Anyway, well, people pop for Mercedes Mone tonight. It's pretty much all but official she's going to debut. I didn't think it was going to happen. I personally thought she was going to go back to WWE. However, when you look at the contract situation, her apparently asking for Charlotte Flair money, and then we've seen what AEW are offering Okada. I mean, is it any surprise that Mercedes Money is choosing AEW? Because I'm willing to bet that the money that she wasn't being offered in WWE, Tony Khan will certainly offer her it in AEW. And I would even go as far as saying she probably deserves more money than Okada. Bigger draw, bigger name. Got a bigger exposure to the American audience. For me, I think Sasha Banks, Mercedes Mone, is more likely to be a game changer in AEW. I think she could be the face of the women's division, whereas I look at Okada and he's just an odd Japanese guy.
There's a few problems though. The women's division in AEW is very bleak. There's not much going in it. I mean, at least in WWE there's a lot of other people she can feud with. Who can she feud with in AEW that's going to be of similar stature to her? If any.
Well, Tony Storm's doing pretty good at the moment, but you can't really have a division based on two people, can you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. There's not that... Who do you... Serena Deeb? Someone pointed out that she's 37, by the way, so yes.
Well, she does not look 37.
No, she doesn't look 37, but you're right. I mean, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Mone, does deserve more money than Okada. That's not suggesting she deserves 15 million, by the way.
Will she be getting it?
No, I think she'll be making a decent amount of money, but she's come out in interviews and said that this is a stepping stone and she'll be in WWE one day. It just proves...
She said that?
Aye, in a recent interview, yeah.
How's Tony Khan feel about that?
Tony Khan's at moon. Everybody that even leaves WWE, right, especially like the older people, are like, towards the end of my career, I want to make some money. And Tony Khan just accepts it. See, back in the day, man, they didn't come out and say things like that. They were like, this is the company to be at. This is the way forward.
Yeah,
they put over their new company.
I can't imagine somebody actually bashing their new company before they even get there. that's embarrassing. Like, imagine Nash and Hall were saying, we're only going to WCW make some money. We'll jump back to WWE in a few years. What? Anyway, yeah.
Tony Khan's a mark, though. See if people did that under Vince's regime,
he would cancel the contract. Be like, fuck you. Anyway, he probably shit on them as well. Let's move on. So Mercedes Mone debuting tonight. Probably one of the biggest things that we're going to see in AEW in a while, I would imagine. It's going to be a bigger debut than Okada, I guarantee you that. And plus, Okada didn't even feel like a debut because he had wrestled there previously. I mean, like I said, this guy was in TNA Impact a month ago, getting under like 102,000 viewers in a dead tag team match. The guys went for wrestling in dead 6-man tag matches in TNA to wrestling in dead 6-man tag matches in AEW.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you're in TNA, man, and you come to, and you're moving.
Do you think TNA?
There's no one in TNA that warrants anything above $1 million.
Do you think TNA were paying him more than fucking $4.5 million?
No, that's where it's insane, by the way, right?
And do you think he's going to do more for AEW than he's going to do for TNA?
Exactly. Yo, if TNA can get a guy right easily that's worth $14 million over 3 years,
it shows you that Tony Khan's well overspent.
Yeah, no, it easily does.
If TNA were able to get Okada to come in and do fucking bookings and matches,
because I would say Mustafa Ali and Dolph Ziggler's probably the peak that TNA can get. They're not gonna get Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and those sort of guys in WWE that are on like millions of dollars.
No.
So why? It's just Tony Khan, man. I'd love to have infinite money.
More money than sense. Anyway, all right, let's go through this match card here. So. We have Hook and Chris Jericho taking on the Gates. I'm going to call them the Gates of Agony. Makes more sense. I will imagine Chris Jericho wins. Him and Hook, they will probably be victorious. Would you agree that Chris Jericho and Hook should win this match?
Yes, I also agree that the name is stupid. I mean, it has to be plural at the end of the day. Gate is idiotic, but yeah, Jericho's winning.
Yeah, Jericho is... I mean, I guess it could be a singular gate, but I don't know, Gates of Agony just sound... The gates are opening, you know what I mean? It sounds a little bit better.
Be like the brother of destruction.
Darby Allin versus Jay White. This challenge was made last week. Not really much to say here.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Khan came out and defended this spot that he did at Revolution. So, I mean, what, is he going to do something crazy tonight? See if they want to save those spots, right, for big pay-per-view. Sting's last match. I actually agree with it. But see if he's going to do coffin drops tonight for like 30 feet in the air. Which he probably will against, who's he taking on?
Jay White.
Again, but no, let's actually talk about Jay White, right? This guy came in to AEW with it probably about the same hype as Okada.
Another guy that apparently WWE missed the boat on, and do you think they're really that bothered?
I don't think, no, but I think WWE were actually interested in Okada. I'm not too convinced there was too much in Jay White. Could it be Tony Khan's went, I need to get these guys, and that's why he's offering ridiculous money? I doubt Okada's went, here, I'm going to see if I can get 14 million off Tony Khan.
Yeah, but it's not like WWE were offering Okada like 12 and Tony Khan's just pipped them. I mean, Tony Khan would not have needed to offer that kind of money. I'm telling you now, Okada and WWE would be getting about 700,000 a year.
If that.
So, yeah, what a waste of money.
He probably would have started in NXT.
I'm going with Jay White.
I'm going to go with Jay White too. Darby Allin recovering for his wee broken back.
Rio versus Willow Nightingale. I will go with, Rio. Who cares?
Again, you look at this and it's like, this is like the only match on the card that Mercedes Moné could make her debut in. I mean, she'll probably make her debut in a single segment, but it's like, look at the women's division on AEW. It's so dead. You can say what you want about WWE, but at least they've got decent... I mean, Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan blows this out the water.
Who are you going for?
Rio.
Eddie Kingston, Pac and Penta versus the Young Bucks and Okada. I'll go for the Elite. I can't imagine that Okada's going to lose, but then again, Pac's just returned. Do they want him to lose in his debut match? Who knows? Who cares? Okada can win or lose tonight, and it just doesn't change anything. He's not a big deal. He's not a big star.
The Elite's going to win, but I'm going to say hands down, this is going to be the worst match of the night. Anything Eddie Kingston touches is shite. That 6-man tag we watched.
Worse than Rio and Nightingale?
Yes. See Eddie Kingston's in-ring style. I don't know what it is, man. See this, the slaps and the knees and what? It's.
It looks like he's wrestling underwater.
No, it does.
It's so fucking slow. Anyway, I'm going to go for the Elite.
And Okada doesn't impress me, by the way. Like, I get it, he had a throwaway match so far, and he had a match a couple of months ago, but it doesn't look like a guy that looks a step above everyone else.
And I find it laughable that people think his clothesline's better than JBL's, but whatever. It's one of the weakest finishers I've seen.
You know, it is.
The Rainmaker.
And these people, though, that actually are trying to pretend that the clothesline from hell sucked. It actually looked like a finishing move.
Well, first of all, you've got Bradshaw, big fucking guy, 6'6", 6'7", muscular, fucking solid, athlete. Was pretty sure he had tryouts for NFL and shit. Played football. He's running off the ropes. You know, he's coming in momentum. Okada literally is standing with you, and it's an Irish whip that he Irish whips you, then he pulls you back in. There's not a lot of space to generate speed or momentum in this clothesline, and it's a guy who has not got any sort of build to him either.
No.
It's a shite looking move in my opinion. And then we move on to the main event. Samoa Joe taking on Wardlow for the AEW World Championship. Wardlow's a guy that AEW have dropped the ball with big time. I remember a few years ago, this guy seems like he could be a star. He felt like he could be a breakout guy in AEW. He felt like he could be a top contender, main eventer. But, I mean, this, to me, this doesn't feel like Wardlow can win. This sort of feels like Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal from a few months ago.
That's exactly what it is. But here, at least AEW is giving you a world title match on television these days.
Yeah, you know what, I will say, I mean, it's not that I think the roster's great or anything like that, but I mean, at least AEW, I think they do try and, on average, I think they do try and put on some good shows.
No, they do.
I feel like WWE, man, you just get the dross. It's fucking mid-card shite.
It is mid-card shite.
And if you're lucky, once every couple of months you get a half-decent match. Whereas I feel like Tony Khan, every Dynamite, every Collision, he's actually going out there, he's trying. I'll give him credit for fucking trying. I mean, he's cooking, but he's not really, he's using the wrong ingredients.
The cooker's on, but there's no ingredient book, man.
Or the cooker's off, but he's firing in the ingredients or something.
Yeah, he fires a lot of people into the one show, but there's like no correlation. There's no like segments to connect it all. It just feels like one big pile of shite. And sadly, that's what tonight's going to be. Closing thoughts on it. Mercedes Mone, is she going to call someone out? Is she going to interrupt someone, or is it simply just going to be I'm here and then? Is Naomi and Bailey going to be in the crowd?
Doubtful. Who knows? It'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, they might need to put them in the crowd to sell it.
Well, they might. There's some empty seats here at AEW. Anyway, guys, that's it. We'll catch you tonight, maybe, or tomorrow for the review. Who knows? Tomorrow. Till next time. Peace.